What's up, everyone? In this video, I can't wait. Anthony Jeselnik, Going Too Far. If you've never heard of Anthony Jeselnik, then you're in for a treat. His punchlines to his jokes are the best out of any comedian. I'm not saying he's the best comedian, I'm just saying his punchlines are so hilarious. Anthony Jeselnik is, how he comes up with this stuff is just, I don't know. But before we get to that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Again, no one has any idea just how much it would mean to me. And to the people that have subscribed, thank you so much. I've now got 56 subscribers, and that means the world to me. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get to it. I can't wait. Anthony Jeselnik Goes Too Far.
There's some things I just don't understand. Like, I've never understood the foot fetish. You know what I mean? Like, are you guys together right here? No. Are you guys together right here? Alright, don't be such a bitch about it. How long you been together? 5 years. Wow. Does he ever suck on your feet? No? Would you if you had a different girlfriend? It's like, so you're like across the board, no feet. That's what I'm like. Like, I once went on a date with a girl, first date, and we went hiking. Her idea. And while we're hiking, she gets bit by a snake in between two toes. And I had to suck out the poison. So she's dead. I just read the biography of the guy who invented Super Mario Brothers. Did you know that when he was a kid, people used to laugh at him when he would kill turtles with a hammer? I once dated a girl who owned a parakeet. Oh my god. That fucking thing never shut up. But the bird was cool.
Damn.
Thank you.
One-liners. Just...
God, my girlfriend's so sensitive. A couple months ago, she got her hair cut. 2 inches cut off her hair. Came home and cried for 2 hours. Finally went to her and said, "Baby, what are you so upset about? It's just a haircut." I'm the one who's got to find a new girlfriend.
Oh, damn. Oh.
You see these cars? There were people in them when they were hit.
That's sad.
That's why we make reckless drivers, and the insurance company...
You guys have been a really good crowd. I mean, obviously, I've had way better. But I also had a worse, I think the worst crowd I ever had was in this place called Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like a small town like a couple hours north of New York, in between here and New York. It's like a nice place. They got trees and shit. But they just have one bar where everyone goes every night. You know? And one night I'm there doing a show, and it's going pretty well, until I tell this joke. I say, guys, favorite writer of all time, favorite author? William Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. I still read Shakespeare today. And people will argue with me that it's impractical to read so much Shakespeare. But let me learn you something. If it wasn't for Romeo and Juliet, I would have totally overreacted when my fiancée killed herself. Now clearly that's not a joke for everybody, right? I mean, pretty much just people who read. But wherever I go, at least one person will laugh really hard at that joke, you know, but not in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. In Great Barrington, Massachusetts, it was like a dead, angry silence until a guy yells out, Great Barrington, Massachusetts is the suicide capital of the country. And we hate that stuff here. Now, that's a tough situation. Luckily, I'm a professional. I knew I had 3 options to get out of it. Option number 1, apologize to everybody. Say, you guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that about your town. But if I had, I never would have told that joke. Not my style. Option number 2, point out the obvious. You should all move. But instead I went with option number 3. And I said, you know what? Fuck Great Barrington, Massachusetts. The only good thing I can say about this town is the suicide rate isn't as high as it should be. People get weird when kids die. Well, that's a fact. Like about a month ago, some kids in my neighborhood are playing hide and go seek, and one of them ended up in an abandoned refrigerator. It's all anybody talked about for weeks. I said, who cares? How many kids you know get to die a winner? My baby brother's in high school now, and we're close, but sometimes let's try to take advantage of that, you know? A couple months ago, he calls me up, he goes, Anthony, I just cut school for no reason, and now I need you to write me a sick note and then forge Dad's signature and make it good. And I did my best, but I'm horrible at stuff like that. The teacher took one look at the note and said, Mikey, you expect me to believe this? You don't have AIDS.
Get out.
Fantastic. If you guys like that AIDS joke, I've got some great news. You're going to love this next AIDS joke. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend of mine telling me that she has AIDS. And I didn't...
There's a girl laughing already.
I like your style. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend telling me that she has AIDS, and I didn't know how to comfort her. So I just wrote back, I know. Like I've got a kid in Africa. Yeah. That I feed. That I clothe. That I school. That I inoculate. For 75 cents a day. Which is practically nothing compared to what it costs to send them there.
What it costs to send them there? Oh my gosh.
You guys are doing great so far. I love performing in Chicago. The only weird thing about performing in Chicago for me is that after all my shows, everybody just wants to do drugs with me. Like, Anthony, that was hilarious. I got a joint on me. Let's go smoke it. Hey, Jeselnik, amazing job, as usual. I've got mushrooms in my backpack. Let's eat them. And I've got to keep telling them the same thing I'm going to tell you guys right now. Hey, assholes. I'm fucking famous. Give it to me.
Pretty much. I mean,
I think my friend Jeff is gay. I don't know. I'm so bad with names.
you know, I think of.
Smart crowd. When I was a kid, my friends and I got arrested for vandalizing a graveyard. $10,000 in damages. But we had a great lawyer who knocked it down to criminal trespassing and necrophilia.
Look up what that means.
I make a lot of jokes about death because it's hilarious. My whole family's like that. In fact, well before I was even born, my great-grandmother threw herself in front of a bus. Police tried to say she was committing suicide, but the family knew that she was just trying to stop civil rights.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yesterday, I accidentally hit a little kid with my car. It wasn't serious. Nobody saw me. You don't know anything about pain. You don't know anything about pain until you've seen your own baby drowned in a tub. And you definitely don't know anything about how to wash a baby. This is true. My mom actually should have been on one of the planes that crashed on 9/11. I think.
Let's go back to that one.
It's true. My mom actually should have been on one of the planes that crashed on 9/11. I think.
Oh man, I told you his punchlines, man, they're the best. They're the best. You know, they come out of nowhere just like that. It's just, oh, I love it. I love one-liners. They're great. I'm not saying he's the best comedian. He's up there, but so don't get mad at me or anything. Let's see some of the comments. His jokes are funny, but his timing is what makes him fabulous. Exactly, I agree. Dude is a calculated killer, a genius joke writer. Jeselnik is an assassin. That guy is pure raw comedy. I don't know how he was able to weather the storm of haters long enough to get to where people love when he goes too far, but good for him. He used to have his own show on Comedy Central like 15 years ago. But yeah, you would have a monologue and a guest. I thought it was I loved the show, but it was canceled after like 2 seasons. I think it was just called, I don't know, look it up and look at some old clips. His show. But yeah, ever since I first, the first time I listened to him was on that show on Comedy Central, which I can't remember the name, and I was like, oh my gosh, whoa, he takes things. I'm surprised he's not canceled, man. How is Comedy Central letting him? I mean, Comedy Central is Comedy Central. You know, they have South Park and they have, you know, some risque stuff, but still, this is like, whoa. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're having a bad day or down day, I hope it made you laugh. And like always and forever, take care, be safe, peace.